The sting of her palm against my cheek echoed through the glittering ballroom of the Peninsula Chicago, where crystal chandeliers hung like frozen stars above 200 stunned guests. Their champagne flutes hovered mid-sip, eyes wide as the red welt blossomed on my skin. The string quartet's bows froze over their instruments, the melody dying in the air like a strangled gasp. My sister, Sophie to everyone who indulged her, the bride in her flowing Vera Wang gown, stood trembling, her manicured hand still raised. "You're nothing but a selfish bitch," her words hung there, venomous and raw. Ethan, her new husband, smirked beside her, his fresh wedding band glinting under the lights. A waiter's tray clattered to the floor in the hush that followed. I touched my cheek, the burn sharp but familiar, like every quiet wound she'd inflicted over the years. But this was public. This was the breaking point. 15 years grinding through corporate law had taught me control. So I didn't flinch. I didn't scream. Instead, I felt the old ache uncoil in my chest, the one from being the family's invisible pillar. Always expected to give, never to take. It started just minutes before, by the towering wedding cake layered with fondant roses. My father, Richard, cornered me there, his voice low but laced with that paternal edge I'd known since childhood. "We need to talk about your lakefront condo, Emily." I'd seen it coming. The subtle jabs over weeks, hints about Sophie and Ethan's house hunt, comments on how family sticks together. "Not here, Dad," I muttered, scanning for an exit through the sea of tuxedos and gowns. Then Mom, Patricia, appeared like a shadow, her diamond earrings catching the light, her voice quivering just enough for drama. "After all we've done for you, your sister needs that place to build a real life." Real life. The words sliced deep, implying my life at 35 single, successful, was somehow fake. Unworthy of the home I'd clawed for through endless 80-hour weeks at the firm. Sacrificing dates, friends, weekends. "That condo," I said evenly, "is mine. I earned it." Mom's laugh was sharp, fragile. "We paid for your undergrad. Supported you. You covered one semester," I corrected, the truth bubbling up. "I worked 2 jobs for the rest. Took loans. While I dropped everything for Sophie's crises." The memories flooded in unbidden, missing my bar exam celebration because Sophie had another breakdown, toasting my first big win alone while they shuttled her to therapy, closing on my Gold Coast condo solo because Sophie needed help packing for her latest move. "Your sister struggles," Dad pressed, his tone final. "You've always been the rock." Rock. That's what they called it, my strength as an excuse to lean until I cracked. "Being strong doesn't mean I owe everything," I replied, shoulders squared. That's when Sophie swooped in, Ethan trailing like her personal echo. Her gown rustled like whispers of entitlement. "They told you about the condo? I knew you'd get it." Ethan's eyes gleamed, already picturing the view. "Market's brutal." And with my firm shake-up, I cut through. "No." The word landed like a verdict. Sophie's face twisted, color rising. "But we need it. For our family. Then buy what you can afford." Steady. Unyielding. That's when her hand flew, the slap cracking like thunder. Phones lit up around us, capturing every ugly second. Laughter rippled from her bridesmaid's table. My parents? Silent. No shield for their eldest. From across the room, Judge Harlan set down his fork. Deliberate. Jessica Kane, the Sun-Times reporter who'd covered my last merger case, pulled out her notebook. They'd seen it all, the demand, the violence, the betrayal. The ballroom held its breath, waiting for my explosion. But I didn't give it to them. Instead, I pulled out my phone, fingers steady as I typed into my secure work chat, Incident at sister's wedding. Assault after property demand. Witnesses include Judge Harlan. Sometimes Jessica Kane. Preserving evidence. Input. The message sent. And dots danced as replies poured in. The quartet stumbled back into tune. Notes jittery. Guests sipped again. But their glances lingered. Sophie buried her face in Ethan's shoulder. Tears flowing on cue. Mom stepped forward. Hand outstretched. Emily. Let's not, I raised my palm. Calm as closing arguments. It stopped her cold. Then I turned. Heels clicking across marble. Each step a declaration. Whispers trailed me like smoke. They thought they knew me, the dutiful daughter. The golden goose. But they'd forgotten, I was Emily Harper. Senior partner at Harper & Klein. Battles aren't won with tantrums. They're won with evidence, patience, and the cold blade of truth. The hallway outside the ballroom offered cool relief. Gilded mirrors reflecting my composed face. The mark on my cheek faded, but the chest-tight pressure lingered. I leaned against the wall, phone in hand, watching responses flood my group. That's assault. File it. Pattern of coercion. Document everything. Judge Harlan? Gold. Miss Harper. Judge Harlan's voice pulled me up. He stood there. Bow tie askew. 2 waters in hand. He offered one. I saw it all. That's battery. And the extortion angle. His eyes held courtroom weight. You have recourse. Thank you. Your Honor, I said. Sipping. Careful not to overstep. His quiet nod was enough, solidarity from a man who'd seen me argue cases for years. Then Jessica appeared. Notepad ready. Emily. This isn't okay. Fits a pattern. Right? Closer than she knew. Last year's emergency replayed, Sophie's tearful call about her credit cards maxed at $50K. Parents dipping into retirement to bail her. She's fragile, Mom had said when I pushed back. Fragile. As if my burnout from back-to-back trials was strength. Not sacrifice. I appreciate it. Jessica, I replied. Voice level. But no comment yet. She pressed her card into my hand. When you're ready. Stories like this, financial abuse in polished families, need light. The doors burst open. Dad stormed out, blocking my path. You're ruining her day. That commanding tone. The one he'd used to guilt me into skipping my firm's gala for Sophie's latest crisis. Her day ended when she chose violence, I said coolly. Sophie emerged. Mascara streaked. You're jealous because you're alone. Enough. My voice cut sharp. Mom joined. Smile plastered. Give her the keys. Or skip Thanksgiving. Simple. Simple. Like draining their savings for her shopping sprees was simple. My phone buzzed. Laura. My partner. Videos viral. Toxic as hell. Need me? The hall crowded with eyes, truth clashing with their lies. A social media alert. The slap trending. Time-stamped evidence. Remember this, I told them. Steady. All of you. Then I walked. Heels like a gavel's echo. Behind. Their gasps faded. Ahead? Freedom from the endless drain. Sunday dawn painted my condo in gold. Lake Michigan glittering beyond the windows. My phone hadn't quieted since last night, notifications like aftershocks. The video looped on my screen, Sophie's shriek. Give me your condo. The slap. Comments exploded, entitled Nightmare. Justice for Emily. Family abuse at its finest. Inbox flooded with support from guests who'd stayed silent, shocked. But too fast. Always knew Sophie was unstable. Voicemail from Sophie at 2 a.m. You embarrass me. Jealous spinster. Ethan says you planned this. Delete. Parents email at 8 sharp. Issue a statement retracting this mess. Apologize. Family first. I shut my laptop as Justice for Emily trended in Chicago's legal feeds. Monday hit like a deposition. Laura texted. Sophie's firm sidelined her. Reputational hit. Then Ethan's broker. Ethics probe incoming. Assault over property? Red flag. The yacht club press called. Tough chat with your folks. Standards matter. My line rang off the hook. We want your backbone on our case. Judge Harlan's office, referring the Whitaker merger to you. Lead counsel. Over lunch. Laura spread files. Battery case airtight. Witnesses. Video. History of exploitation. Defamation from their spins. I'm not pursuing, I said. She nodded. Better than them. But don't erase it. Jessica's email. Entitlement epidemic. Your story could empower. I replied, no charges. But truth stands. The week unfolded in quiet dominoes. A colleague snapped Sophie and Ethan arguing curbside. Mom's book club iced her out. Dad's golf buddies ghosted. Mom texted, this is uncomfortable. Talk. I waited. When you respect boundaries. Sunset bathed my condo. Now a true haven. Laura, you okay? Free, I texted back. Justice wasn't fireworks, it was the slow burn of consequences. Truth reshaping the world while I stood firm. The morning show's glow couldn't hide Sophie's puffy eyes. She sat prim on the beige couch. Cashmere sweater screaming victim. Misunderstanding, she cooed to the host. Wedding stress. I just wanted family unity in our home. Edited out, my home. My sweat. Laura burst in, her PRs spinning you as the villain. Threats pinged, heartless switch. Delete. Intercom, parents here, emergency. Depositions all day, I lied. Through the glass. They waited. Expecting my chase. Not anymore. Chicago Law Review arrived, my profile. Judge Harlan quoted, integrity like Harper's is rare. New clients emailed, your ethics sold us. Ethan's LinkedIn, open to opportunities. Comments, canceled deals. Jessica's piece, when family means exploitation. Mom texted, therapist Tuesday. Heal the rift. Their pick. Their time. Sophie's call, marriage crumbling. Guest room? Temporarily. No. Cold. Boundaries. If you loved us. I do. But not at my cost. I drafted to Mom, your therapy? No. Mine when mutual respect's on table. Send. Silence. City lights twinkled. Conference invite, co-present, integrity in chaos. I smiled. Strength wasn't war, it was holding the mirror. Letting reflections shatter illusions. Le Bernardine's private room glowed amber. Ironic for their ambush. I'd won cases here. But now? Family as foes. The maitre d', they're here. Ordering your usual Bordeaux. Hold it. They entered staged, Mom graceful. Dad steering. Sophie dabbing tears. Grandma Eleanor with her silver cane unexpected. Making grand come? Mom adjusted pearls. You're dodging us. I buttered bread. Routine unbroken. No invites from me. Sophie slumped. We had to. Ethan slid a portfolio. Compromise docs. Fair. Compromise needs consent. Dad, enough hurting us. Grandma, self-inflicted. Tension snapped. I opened my folder. Guest statements on trespass tries. Footage. Call transcripts, harassment. Reasoning. Sophie yelped. Law disagrees. Dad reddened. You went to Harlan? When it crossed lines. Sophie's face paled. Former employer? Ethics breach. Ethan, probation. Consequences. Mom whispered, the club. Their call. Sophie shoved back, ruined us. I tried helping with advice. Not handouts. Dad, we sacrificed. What? Grandma cut. Emily built herself. You expected her to fund yours. I stood, doors open for respect. Outside. Grandma texted, well done. Burn bad bridges. Their chaos faded. City called work. Truth. Balance. Spring sun warmed my condo. New abstracts replacing old gifts. Judge Harlan and Helen sipped wine, Lighter. Emily. Laura nodded at Jessica. Estate sale buzz, downsizing. Unsaid. Debts from Sophie. Divorce filed. Sophie homebound. Still entitled. Gran introduced you proudly, Helen said. Ethics award well deserved. Doorbell. Grandma. Tea ready. Your case-free generations. They did the work. Later. Balcony breeze. Mom's voicemail ignored. Scholar apps reviewed, echoes of my fight. Speech practice, success in truth. Not surrender. Desk photo, Gran and me. Unbowed. City below, their stories theirs. Mine? Sovereignty. Earned in fire. Loneliness? No peace. Worth every scar.